I was working for the city as one of the paramedics they first hired. And I remember coming out of my apartment and the torrential rain was coming down, didn't think twice about it. Back then, technology did not exist that we were getting those alerts kind of like you do on your phones now. And it was, I mean, just torrential rain. Didn't think twice about it, got to the station, put my gear on the trucks, and as soon as I got there, the tone started dropping. And we were running calls back to back, and we couldn't get there from here because of the heavy road flooding and driveways washed out, things of that nature. So we ran pretty heavy up until about, I don't know, I got called back into the city sometime around 2, finding out that the city was hit very hard with the flooding, that the flooding waters had actually come into the downtown area where the Roanoke River backed up and came under the underpass there at Williamson, and then Lick Run, which runs along Campbell, could not, drain fast enough. It was backing up into the city. And at that point in time, some people had flat bottom boats, were rescuing people out of the market area, getting them to safety. And then my job when I got to the city was I was assigned to help with what we heard was quite a few, again, cell phones weren't a big thing then, so landlines is what was being used. And I will say that back then, the city of Roanoke and the Roanoke Valley was not prepared for flooding. We did not have the teams that we have now, swift water teams. We did not have the boats. We didn't have the, the technology or the training. So we were just kind of ad-libbing whatever we could do. And at that point in time, my superior asked me to go with a group of people that had got some civilian boats, little runabout boats that you use in Punt Lake, and our job was to go down and try to help get people out of the Ninth Street Industrial Park. Well, that didn't work out too well because after we got in, the currents pulled the boat. It was too strong for the boat to even manage it. So the boat came in and sideswiped a fire hydrant and then sank. So we were 3 of us in the boat, sank, and the good thing it was a little above knee level, pretty rapid water. We were able to make it over to an area within the Ninth Street that wasn't heavily flooded. It just kind of came up to ankle waist. And then we kind of were stranded there for a little bit, not knowing what we could do or not do because that area was completely surrounded by rapidly rising and flooding waters. Soon, about, I don't know, a couple hours into it, the U.S. Coast Guard was evidently notified and was deployed to the Roanoke Valley. The Coast Guard came and I saw them. I had my radio with me and the dispatch told me that they were coming and they in turn came, landed in a courtyard and picked about 5 of us up that were there and airlifted us out. And with that, we took those 4 people to the airport. And then for the rest of the evening, my job was to fly on the Coast Guard helicopter and extract people from that area and other areas of the city. And it was like 44 people that had to be extracted that we were able to get out. And that whole night took that long to get all those people out. And because the helicopter only carried about 5 or 6 at a time, so we were ferrying back and forth, had to fuel up. I was 22 years old. Back then the technology didn't exist to say, okay, go to this point, GPS works. So my job was to navigate them to where the call was by understanding where the street layout was and to get the people out. And they had both a basket and we actually landed in a couple of cases. Most of the time we brought them out one at a time with a basket. Amazing job by those crews. I mean, the precision that they were able to do, hold the helicopter in check was just amazing. And it was very enriching for me to be able to be there and be part of that. But it was a devastating event for the city of Roanoke and for the Roanoke Valley, understanding that I had a friend that was washed away in Salem. Luckily, we found him, and there was numerous other rescues going on as we started hearing about these things and rumors of people being washed away. So in that point in time, we really didn't have like social media today. It really took a long time for us to find out what we heard. Was it true? Did they find them? And it was a very trying day. We weren't very reliant on mutual aid because everybody was inundated, and it was a very, very bad situation. But my role was then, I was 22 years old, had just a paramedic, and then no structure. They told me what to do. I went and it did the best we could, and that's what everybody did. I saw everybody in the community pitching in. If they had a boat, they put it in the water and trying to help people, and that's what the community was all about, trying to help one another. And I don't think anybody said no, we won't do it, but it worked out as best we could.